Hi, Paul Slakis, Good News Planet and Peace Day Party. I'm here with my good friend Jim Luce. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Paul, it's great to have you here. Happy birthday to His Holiness the Dalai Lama.
81 years young, and it's a special occasion. Orphans International, of which Jim oversees, is one of the leading sponsors here tonight. And tell us how you got involved.
Well, one of our board members, Dr. Kazuko, has been very involved with supporting the Dalai Lama since 1959 when he came across the Chinese border into India. He's now in Dar es Salaam, and we're actually helping an orphanage of the Dalai Lamas in a place called Manjushri. It's the Manjushri Orphanage, high up in the Himalayan mountains, and we've recently contributed towards a great big building that opened last September. Dr. Kazuko flew in for that, and now tonight we have His Holiness's birthday, and Orphans International and the J. Luce Foundation have actually been able to bring in 4 tables worth of people to celebrate the birthday party, and we're looking forward to rocking New York City for the Dalai Lama, and we're so glad to have you and all of our friends here in support of His Holiness, one of the great religious figures, one of the great moral leaders of the world. We're very honored to be here in his presence. He's not here tonight. There's probably 100 parties around the world, but we certainly feel his presence.
Well stated. Tell us about Orphans International. So what would happen in this building where the Dalai Lama calls home?
The Manjushri Orphanage has about 200 students in it, young people. They were in basically a large wooden shack, and recently this 4 or 5 story stone construction that looks almost like a castle in Osaka, it's beautiful, way up in the mountains, was built. That is their classroom, that is their dormitory. They used to get running water that was coming off of a stream off the side of the mountain. Now they have running water. They had latrines, now they have toilets, so they've really moved into the modern century. And the Dalai Lama is quite avid about wanting to push the students in the sciences, which caught me rather by surprise. Certainly they study theology, but he's convinced that for Tibet to move into the future, the children need to know math and science, and so they really push those subjects as well as religion, which I think is exciting.
You know, we just spoke to Mr. Thurman, the head of the Tibet House.
Oh, yeah.
The son of the well-known Robert Thurman as well, and he is himself and his sister and family. And he spoke, we actually were talking about the brain and about the uses of compassion and the uses of meditation for living a more healthy life.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is a little above my pay grade. I head a foundation and work with young global leaders, but certainly when you can relax the mind, I've seen studies that it's enormously helpful to be able to basically chill in the middle of the craziness of New York City or the middle of the Himalayas. To be able to find this inner peace, a calmness, is very, very helpful to anyone.
It's a beautiful thing. Tell us what's good news for you, Jim.
Good news for me is to celebrate His Holiness's 81st birthday in New York City with 40 of my best friends and 150 others here in Essex House on Central Park South.
All right, last question. We've asked Jim this many times. What does peace mean to him? What does peace mean to you, Jim Luce?
Peace is far more than the absence of violence. Peace is health and education and all of the things that make us human beings and makes us humanity. And so peace is basically the building of humanity and the cessation of hatred and jealousy and all of the bad qualities so that we can live together as brothers and sisters. That's peace.
Love it. What is your website?
A couple of websites. Orphans International is oiww.org, and then we have lucefoundation.org, L-U-C-E foundation.org, and I hope people are reading the stewardshipreport.com.
On the Huffington Post.
And the Huffington Post as well, my own column there.
Beautiful. All right, Jim, thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Paul. Peace.